Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, depending on where you are at this point in time. From my own side, it is morning, being the 9th day in the month of January in the year of 2023. That is the election year of the Nigerian selection coming February 25th. Before I go into the main business of this day, I would like to use this very opportunity to remind us, please go and get your PVC. PVC is your power and your PVC speaks. Your vote counts. Anyone telling you that your vote does not count, that person does not want the best from our government, or from those ones that are aspiring to lead us coming this 2023 general elections. So please go and get your PVC. It is very necessary and it is very, very important. In case this is your first time of hearing my voice and you have not subscribed to this channel, I want you to go right away and click the subscription button. Subscription is free. You are not paying any money to subscribe or to like or share any of this content. It is free of charge. The more you are doing it, the more you are passing the messages so that we get to every nooks and crannies of our dear country, because the country needs to be saved from all these never do well politicians, for all these hoodlums, from all these sycophants that have vowed that this country will remain in perpetual captive under them for how many years now? For over 60 to 60 something years now, this country have been in captives. I could vividly remember when one of the leaders, a big head of state in this country, said the problem Nigeria is having is not money, but where to spend the so-called money we have been generated from the sale of crude oil and other mineral resources that we have in this country. But now the reverse is the case. Now we are looking for where to borrow. Even Nigerians at the point going to borrow from a country that they are even better than. That to show you how low this country have gone in this very current administration, so to say. Well, my dear people, that nobody need to tell you, answer me. Nobody need to tell you. Only you can decide if this country is going to be good coming this general election or not. It's only you can decide. If you decide to let the old fools, all these sick politicians that's looking for where they can hang on to their sickness, so that they will be using the economy of the country to be carrying their sickness to the day that they will enter grave, okay, then it is left for you to decide. So please, let us go straight into the business of this day as we keep the ball rolling. I have briefed my lawyers on what should happen if I am killed. Atiku'S former aide blows the whistle on his past deeds. On the hearing, this one, another whistleblower from the former aide of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Wazirun Atiku Abi, what will I call him? So, if you don't know or you never hear about this whistleblowing from this special aide, please open your ear very well and listen attentively, because what you are going to hear from this news, it will make your eye will red when you are crying, because this country, they have really dealt with this country. And they're still preparing and warming up to death with this country. They have dealt with this country. They have do everything humanly possible to frustrate this country. Everything they are doing, you think they have your interest at heart? They don't have your interest. If they give you 5,000 naira, they make 500 billion naira on your head, on each head that they give $1. That is the problem we have in the country. And we still have some foolish youths who keep on jumping up and down on these so-called politicians. Go and read about these people, their track records, what they have achieved. This presidential candidate of the PDP have been vice president for good 8 years. Even a common road, people that are come from his own state, Adamawa, they are crying that a local road, this man does not even do. To tell me what is the difference that is him coming back to do. Most of the Nigerian assets that he sold, he used the money on himself. That is why till tomorrow, his own principal, which is the OBJ, is still crying about what this young man did to him. So let us read this news about this his special aide that's come out to blow the whistle and know exactly what happens. Michael Achimugu, a former media aide to the People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Waziri Abubakar, has made some heavy allegations against the politician. Achimogu opened up about Atiku's grand corruption, promising that there is more to come. Achimogu urged Nigerians not to vote for Atiku for the sake of their children and grandchildren. Of course, that's exactly what OBJ said. OBJ said that the money that this man stole can feed almost 400 million Nigerians, whereby we are 200 million plus. But he said he can feed 400 million Nigerians. When he said that, it's not just a mere talk. He have all the evidence on his disposal. But still, yeah, people are still jumping up. They want to vote articulated. We are going to this one. The most annoying part of it itself is the insult that this man gave to the whole Igbo people. Coming to Anambra State to tell us that he is a stepping stone to the Igbo becoming president of the country. As if we challenge him that Igbo have nothing to do with the presidency. Rubbish. He went on to warn the Waziri's attack dogs not to pursue him because there are affidavits of facts that will be released if such should happen. In the first video, which has gone viral, Achimogu revealed Atiku'S explanation for the 100 million allegedly paid into his account by former Plateau State Governor Joshua Dariye. He explained that the PDP's flag bearer's explanation that he had committed corruption indirectly was shocking to him. He claimed that the Waziri told him that Dariye's money was paid into the account of marine float controlled by Atiku'S or his cronies. On the website, Achimogu also revealed how one of Atiku'S friends appropriated a media company he set up with billions of naira. He wrote, "The SPV conversation made me recall one of the most emotional moments I ever shared with him. It was at the end of 2017, and the Waziri had recounted how he spent billions of naira buying equipment and setting up a media company using one Olushola account mode as proxy. According to him, when he wanted his company returned to him, Akumodi refused. Atiku could not go to court because the documents were in the proxy's name. That event was where he said to me, 'All of the people I have helped are never as loyal to me as I was to Shehu Musa Yar'Adua. I moved by emotions. I had felt extreme pity for him. Today, Akinmodu is still in his circle of friends. I will discuss the details in one of the sequels to these pills,' according to Achimogu. So you have heard it from the horse's mouth. Anything that happened to this man, make una know say they don't buy him from PDP presidential candidate. According to him, he said he have already instructed his lawyers on what to do if anything happens to him, and have already sworn the affidavit on that. AIT founder Raymond Dokpesi arrested in London. PDP waiting to happen. They started from Ekuremadu, now Dokpesi, and the same London. What is happening and who is behind all this arrest? A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party PDP and founder of Dark Communications Limited, Raymond Dokpesi, has been allegedly arrested by the Metropolitan Police in London, the United Kingdom. Okute News, in collaboration with NigeriaNews.com and Punch newspapers, learned that the media mogul was arrested on arrival at the Heathrow Airport in London ahead of his meeting with the PDP flag bearer Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. A source told the Whistler that Dokpesi had boarded a Lufthansa flight LH916 from Frankfurt to London and was subsequently picked up at the Terminal 2 of the Heathrow Airport, London. He added that immediately after the flight arrived in London, an announcement was made that all passengers should remain in their seats. Minutes later, UK border agents and officers stormed the aircraft and escorted Dokpesi out of the plane, and he was booked into an HMP Correctional Center in London Borough on Sunday afternoon. He said, "We were on a flight from Frankfurt to London and as we are about to arrive in London, we were informed that we should all stay in our seats when the aircraft landed and that police wanted to do something. We were informed that there would be a police operation, so when we landed, the police came in and asked who is Raymond Dokpesi, and they now took him away. He was wearing agbada. He was arrested in London. However, the reasons for the arrest of the PDP stalwart were known at the time of filing this report. You get it? Okute News, in collaboration with your NigeriaNews.com, Guardian and Daily Trust, recalls that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) had in 2015 dragged Dokpesi to court and had accused him and his company of illegally receiving funds considered as proceeds of crime from a former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki. I keep asking myself, this one now is another thing attached to this Sambo Dasuki. The problem that Doyin Okukpe have is in relation with Sambo Dasuki. Now this one now, Dokpesi is related to Sambo Dasuki, and this same Sambo Dasuki, no one have probed him, not even for once. He is the one at the center of all these shenanigans. Or see yet, they have considered him to be the power that be. Raymond Dokpesi, is never from their clique. What I mean by from their clique, from the cabals of the Fulanis who think that this country belongs to them. Now they are probing him, but the main Fulani man who is behind all these shenanigans or brouhaha, they have never done anything, not even calling him for questioning for one day. Can't you see that these people, this country, sorry to say, is being created for some certain set of people, while others are being used as a scapegoat. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and went further to file a no-case submission after the prosecution closed his case in November of 2018 after calling 14 witnesses. However, the trial judge, Justice John Sehu, rejected a no-case submission and ordered Dokpesi and his firm to enter their defense. Not satisfied, the defendants then approached the Court of Appeal with a request to nullify the decision and free him from the charges on the ground that the prosecution failed to establish a prima facie case against him. This is English, Make on they continue. They confuse us with English. But the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal had discharged Dokpesi from the 2.1 billion naira fraud charges brought against him by the EFCC. Look at the kind of people, the kind of money these people are calling. Sometimes I begin to wonder, is this money real or are they just being made up? Everything, they are not called naira again. Everything is in trillions, in billions, and in billions of nairas and dollars. No one ever remember that's what is called thousands of naira again. In Nigeria, that one, or even millions, forget about thousands, even millions. No more millions. Every controversies, everything that got to do with corruption in Nigeria is from billions and trillions. Yet, we keep on saying that the country is broke. Who says so? This country is not broke. People who know about this country will tell you that Nigeria is stinkingly rich. I mean, they are stinkingly rich. That the wealth of Nigeria and ACC, more than any other country be compared on this earth, not even the Saudi Arabia with their oil. Saudi Arabia might have oil, but everything that has to do with the mineral resources, you can find it in large quantity in Nigeria. Yet, we keep borrowing. Even the most funniest and the saddest part of it is Nigeria is being borrowing from Central Bank of Nigeria. They are borrowing their own money, which the CBN governors siphoned. What a world! And now they will pay back into the treasury of the government of CBN 22.7 trillion naira. That most of the money they have borrowed, and this one now they will have to go outside there now to borrow it to come and pay debt. Nigeria, which way forward? If you know the way forward, please endeavor to drop it at the comment section. I know, and I'm very, very sure that anyone that's going to drop comment is where Biafra is going home. Well, that is exactly what I'm also thinking. That is the only way forward, because the country cannot move forward with this kind of mentality we have at the national level and the local level. Imagine a chairman of the local government of every constituency is receiving a whooping sum of 100 million naira monthly to arrange their local government, but all these monies were being kept to where? Nobody can tell you. Nobody can give account of what they have able to use to do with even a million naira out of 100 million naira being received on monthly basis. P2B have replied, Agbado praise do. If you know what I mean, you get it. If you don't get it, then you forget it. Whereby the Agbado presidential candidate is calling him Mr. Stingy. So that stingy comment is what Gregory P2B is about to reply. So if you are there, widen your ear, because you are going to hear something. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi on Sunday expressed displeasure over the recent comments by the All Progressive Congress APC flag bearer, mocking him as Mr. Stingy. I wonder why he refused to come to sign the peace accord. Not that he cannot sign it, but simply the fact that he knows that if you go to sign that peace accord, he will not have nothing, absolutely nothing to campaign for. He will have absolutely no any single point to tell to the masses or the people that he want to rule. Look at what I'm going to do. Other than going to everywhere he goes to campaign, he must surely castigate all the presidential candidates, especially P2B and Atiku. That is his point. That is what he's going to do to Nigerians. And when they elect him into office mistakenly, he will go there and begin to blame or begin to call names of people who have done well and who have not done well. And they keep on blaming Obasanjo. Obasanjo is taking for third time through Obi or through whoever. But this particular man have been almost how many times in Lagos State as a governor? He finished his first and second time tenure. Then almost everything that comes through him, all the whole governors, if they don't perform well, just like Ambode, he sent him packing. Barely 1 year. Simply because they said they didn't follow the footprint. Which read the footprint, whatever. I beg, let us proceed. Okute News, in collaboration with NigerianNews.com, report that Tinubu during his campaign speech on Saturday in Ondo State said the former governor of Anambra State saved money instead of saving people. Tinubu likened the P2B to parents who could be stingy about spending their resources and allow their children to suffer. However, during an interview on Channels TV, Obi avowed that the corruption perception index is one of the things killing the country. The Labour Party candidate further dismissed Tinubu's statement, arguing that no one can fault him for refusing to steal public funds, and questioned why when saving has become an issue. Of course, that is in Nigeria. That you finish your tenure and save money, people will come out and begin to castigate you that hunger is killing people and you are saving. He said, it is good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption. One of the things that are killing this country today is corruption. Corruption perception index, which is measured by how you manage public assets. Nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money, and everything. I have challenged everyone to say, go and see whether there is anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving has now become an issue. When people have stolen all the money and they impoverish the country, and you are now questioning a man who left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go. Yes, that is it now. That is Nigeria for you. They will criticize you for doing good, but when you do bad, they will praise you. They will even call you Odogu, and everybody will be chanting your name. They will be chanting your name, calling you Igwe for stealing public funds. Now you have saved Anambra State money. Even your own people from Anambra State, they still castigate you that you do something bad. That is Nigeria for you. The good ones are being criticized, while the bad ones are being embraced and even given chieftaincy titles in different occasions. Africans mob attack Indian police officers over attempt to detain Nigerians for overstaying and expired visas. At least 100 people who hail from Africa have allegedly attacked a team of police personnel in South Delhi's Navsarai area because of some Nigerians who were under arrest. Officers said the team was trying to apprehend 3 Nigerians whose visas has allegedly expired, but the men attacked them, and the 2 of the persons who had been detained managed to escape, Indian Express reports. The police said on Saturday they sent a narcotics cell team to complete the deportation proceedings of 3 Nigerians who had been overstaying in the country. Around 2:30 p.m., they apprehended the 3 people but were stopped by the others. Chandan Chauhari, DSP South, said the team was trying to bring them to the police station, but suddenly about 100 Africans gathered there and obstruct the police team. In the meantime, 2 of those detained managed to escape. 1 was successfully apprehended later. Officials say the group manhandled them and forced them to leave while obstructing their duties. In a foreign land, on a better take on a time, tomorrow now when they start to act night, will be that this country, they hate us. On their own land, in their own country, you are obstructing them to do their duty. The police entered the area again around 6:30 p.m. to detain 4 more people for overstaying. They were again surrounded by 100 to 150 people in the area and stopped from making an arrest. Visuals from the stop show a group of young men and women clashing with the police. The police are seen pulling the detainees while the African youths were pushing them and shouting at them. The officers are also seen trying to make a human chain and attempting to stop the protesters using their lathis. About 150 to 200 African people gathered there. They were also trying to help the detained to escape, but the team succeeded in bringing them to the police station, added the DCP. They have created problem for those guys now who lead to the station, because I know India police can beat the hell out of them for having people to obstruct their arrest. They beat you for not doing anything self, not for you to come and obstruct arrest. That is another criminal offense. A total of 5 people were detained, while 2 managed to escape. No action has been initiated against the mob yet. The police said they are looking into the matter and will register a case later. When they register a case and they begin to deport them now, they will turn back now and say, oh, Indian people, they hate Nigerians. But look at what they are doing. Allow the people you are living in their country to do their duty. You are obstructing them or even fighting them, which is very, very, very unacceptable and very, very bad. What is wrong with this our people self? When will they learn? Anyway, let us proceed with our people. Let us keep the ball rolling. We still have more news on our hand here to give. 5 key points from P2B, that is interview on Channel TV Town Hall series that happened on Sunday. Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate Peter Gregory Obi and his running mate Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed were on live television Town Hall series on Sunday to again explain to Nigerians what they have to offer if elected. Where is our Agbado Prezo self? He is not coming to this channel. I thought Channel TV is for, what do they call it? Is for APC. He's nowhere to be found. Let him come and speak now so that people will ask him questions the way they are throwing questions to Dati and Obi. Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, maintained his stand that things will go right in the country if certain groups are engaged in dialogue dealing with agitation. Obi speaking. Obi noted during the People's Town Hall event on Sunday that if elected, his administration will welcome a roundtable discussion with all agitators in the country. He said, we are in a democratic dispensation. You govern by discussing. You govern by consensus. So I will sit down and discuss with every agitator without the exception of the name. We must use carrot and stick approach. You get it? You don't get it, forget it. I will discuss with those who want to discuss. You have to look at what is causing agitations today. It is issues of injustice, issues where there is no fairness, issues to do with power and unemployment. When you start to address these issues and you engage them in discussion and you start bringing them to the table, no agitator anywhere in the world will see the reason that things are going the way they ought to go and will continue to agitate because they are agitating for something will be rightly said. The presidential hopefully insisted that discussions is the best way to end agitations, adding that agitation is not out of place in any democracy dispensation. Obi further argued that even at home, children agitate, but when their parents sit them down and explain things to them, they see reasons and eventually agrees with them. I agree with you, Obi, on this. This is a very vital point, and everybody have to agree with what Gregory Obi has just said concerning this agitating. He said that Nigeria will continue to be in crisis if the government continues in what he described as injustice, unfairness, poverty, unemployment, and young people not knowing where the next meal will come from. Security. Speaking on how his administration will deal with the security challenges in the country if given the chance to Aso Rock, Obi said he will build a broad-based framework to tackle the perennial security challenges across all levels. He stressed that the security personnel will be well motivated to perform their duties ultimately as expected. He said for our men and women in the security, we will ensure they are motivated and supported and properly ensure that they make sure they are confident, their families are protected in case something happens to them. All procurement in the military and other sectors must be transparent. It must be measurable and visible. The days of doing things hiding have gone. Now we have to be transparent in everything we are doing in this country. We need to involve every community in Nigeria in security, where each community secures their community and shares information with other communities. We have to be alive for the constitution to be amended, not wait for all of us to be dead before doing something. I will use my power as the president and commander-in-chief to secure Nigeria as quickly as possible, the former governor of Anambra State stated. Obi, who promised to exhaust all carrots before bringing the sticks, recounted a personal experience when he visited an entirely displaced persons camp in Benue State. He said, I visited an IDP camp in Benue State. I listened to their issues and told them that if I were the president of Nigeria, I will take your issues personally because as long as you are in IDP camp, Nigeria and Nigerians are in IDP camps, Obi said. Tackling corruption in our system today. On his part, Obi's running mate, Yusuf Dati, who wrote down in tears earlier while lamenting the insults on his late father over politics, said he and his principal are both ready to tackle critical areas that will unlock Nigeria's potentials. Yusuf Ahmed Dati said, we will address unprecedented, aggravated corruption. We deserve the votes of Nigerians because this is turning out to be an election based on character, backed by records, competence, and capacity. Northern Nigeria is paying a massive price today because they have been voting based on ethnicity and religious lines for a long time. We are going to stop the killings and start the healing. Stop the stealing and start the keeping. Stop the slide of our currency and start the climb of our society, he said. On what informed his decision to join the presidential race, the former Anambra State governor said the desire to see a new Nigeria where citizens will be proud of their country motivated him to seek the people's support. I decided to be part of this race because we want to start turning Nigeria around for Nigerians. We want to build a nation where everyone will be respected, he said, stating that any leader who wants Nigeria to succeed must take away his personal interest and that of his friends and groups. Just like Atiku'S said, he said that vote for me. I'm not going there to enrich myself or my family, but my friends can be rich also. So he have interest for only his friends at heart. not even for the masses. He said it out of, they said, oh, it's a mistake, it's a slip of tongue, but not a slip of tongue. That is what he have in mind, just like what he did when he was a vice president. He reached in France by selling most of the assets, I mean the national assets, to most of his cronies, and they end up making all those things to vanish like smoke. It's not going to happen again, my dear. Meanwhile, the Labour Party presidential candidate blamed unnamed government officials for the country's failure to meet the crude oil sale quota at the international market. Obi said Nigeria is not able to reach the foreign quota of oil sales in the international market because the people in government are enabling the oil theft going in Nigeria. Power supply. Obi went further to name major areas his administration will address if elected. To address the poor state of the power sector in the country, Obi promised to revive the sector within the first 4 years in power. Within 4 years in office, we will be able to distribute 20,000 megawatts of electricity to Nigerians or even more, he said. In the part of education, Obi stressed that if given the chance, his government will invest so much in education, given its relationship with development. Education is an investment because the more your people are educated, the more you will see development. Healthcare, education, and pulling people out of poverty will take top priority in my government, Obi said. You get it? If you don't get it, then you better forget it. So we are going to the last but not the least on our news. The reason a pastor he quit pulpit just do what? Because he want to get engaged in politics. A governorship candidate of All Progressive Congress APC in Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth alias Alea, has said that a terrible situation in the state made him quit the pulpit and join politics. The Catholic Church priest explained that he has a goal to turn around the state into a better place and liberate people from poverty. Empty promises we keep hearing every now and then. Alea stated this on Sunday in a press briefing at Makurdi. According to him, he intends to lift the people of Benue from poverty. He said, I have a good cause to step out from the podium, that is pulpit, to do what I am doing because our state is in a bad shape. We have a responsibility to bring the betterment for our state. Benue is too rich to be poor. To do anything less will be not to appreciate what God has done for us. My government will be centered on 7 pillars. The foremost is to secure lives and property, which have been the challenges the government are facing at the point in time. Unveiling his blueprint, the clergyman said that his security plan would involve a policy resettlement of internally displaced persons, strengthening and implementation of anti-open grazing law of the state, as well as introduce the use of automated security system, among others, to tackle insecurity in the state. So my good people, and I don't hear them from the horse's mouth. So that is all you need to know about what is happening, and I hope we can hold these people by their word, most especially the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party and also his principal, Mr. His Excellency Gregory Peter Obi. So my good people, I still come back again to maintain my advice. Go out there and get your PVCs to vote the right people you want in the February 25th election. You cannot stay in your home and want everything to be good. You must show it by going out there to cast your vote and also defend your vote at every point in time. So make sure that you do it you go and collect your PVCs as soon as possible. Because without you getting your PVCs, there's no anyhow your vote will count. And there's no anyhow you are going to know if the right person is being voted in or not. You get it? So make sure all these things is fall in place as soon as possible. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. If you are not subscribed to this channel, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time I go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Make sure you share this video. Make it to go viral. People need to know, because this whistleblower, you just come out now to blow hot. I have listened to the guy's interview or whatever, or his articles, what he wrote, or where he's making the video on telling youths or the general public not to vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar or Mazi Atiku Abubakar. He give a lot of reasons which people have to also listen to him and pick some points from it. I'm not going to force you where you should vote or where you should not vote, but the bottom line still remain. One, use your tongue to count your teeth, because 2023 is going to be another different ball game for all these never-do-well politicians who think that they will sideline this country to become their own personal property. You get it? If you don't get it, then you better forget it. Have a nice day, my people. I bless you, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Make sure you share this video until you get to where you're supposed to get. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. I'm signing out. Bye for now, my people. Bon voyage.